Kimberly from Fat Quarter Shop, and I'm so excited because today we get to go over Socialites 3. And it is a great program that I think all of you are going to love. It's a completely free program from Fat Quarter Shop to you guys. I'm going to go in detail about everything with the program. So that's going to be awesome. I have 10 quilts to show you. I have a ton of quilt progress to show you, and I have a ton of new fabric to show you. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I truly appreciate it. So I'm going to just start with Socialites. So just so you can see how I keep this organized, this is our Socialites 1, Socialites 2, and Socialites 3. I'm going to go through each binder and every detail of each program so you know what's available to you for free. So Socialites is our free quilt-along designed for the quilting community to explore a variety of blocks and sew together every week. Each week during the quilt-along, we team up with talented designers to bring you a new block. Now, in all three of these binders, there are 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch blocks. So we're going to first talk about Socialites 1, 2, and then I'm going to show you debut 3. So Socialites 1 is basically, you can download this for free on our site. This started in September of 2020 and it lasted until July of 2021. If you go to Fat Quarter Shop and type Socialites 1, you will be able to download this entire thing for free. And what you can do is just print each page you want. You don't have to print the entire thing. Now, in this one, we have patterns and a quilt along. I'm going to show you the quilt I made, and then I'm going to go in detail in a second. Now, Socialites 1 had 36 blocks and 1 finishing pattern. This is the quilt that I made back in 2021. This quilt features Homestead by April Rosenthal, Moda Fabrics. Obviously, that's 4 or 5 years ago, so the fabric's no longer available. So what this quilt features is all of these are 3-inch blocks put in the setting. And you can find all of the quilt blogs and finishing guide on our website. So this is Socialites 1. I'm going to show you the back too. And this one, I just put a label on top, and that is quilted in. So this is Socialites 1. Okay, Socialites 2 was from October 2022 to April 2023. These are also 3, 6, and 9. We're going to show you the quilt. I'm going to move. Okay, so this was the quilt that I made in 2022, 2023. This collection is Dwell by Camille Ross Kelly. Now this one is different because this has a combination of 9-inch blocks, 6-inch blocks, and 3-inch blocks. And I'm going to go into detail of that in a little bit, but this Socialites 2 had 24 blocks. And we have 2 finishing patterns that I'm going to show you in a second. Do you want to show it on the table so I can see the quilting? And what's great about this program is everything's free, and you can see there are some blocks that are harder than others. So you can always go and find an easier block. If you're working on Socialites 3 and you're thinking, oh, this is way too hard, you can go back to a previous one and pick an easier block. Let me see what I did on the back of this one. Probably nothing. Yeah, I must not have put a label on this one. So that's Socialites 2. Okay, so Socialites 3, we're excited to announce that you can now download this. I'm going to go in detail. This is going to be 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch blocks. It's going to be 25 different blocks, and each of the blocks are designed by talented designers. You're going to see all of that in a second. It's on a different page. So what we want you to do is go to the Socialite Friends, the Socialites Lounge group on Facebook, and join that. And then basically every week we're going to be posting updates. We're going to post the file. You will be able to follow us on Facebook, Instagram for details. This is going to start Friday, February 20th. We will release one new block every Friday with a break for the July 4th weekend. And then every Friday that a block releases, we will have a live stream to show you how to make the block. The block pattern will release on our blog and our website. The live stream will be part tutorial and then part sew along progress, trunk shows, what's new, etc. So let's talk about what's in the info packet. Oh, okay. So we want you, Jordan wants you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and share your progress with the hashtag Socialites3 so we can see and share your work, and we can maybe pop up some of your blocks as we go. Okay, so we're going to go through this info packet so you know exactly what this is. This is a 6-page info packet that you can download now. I would encourage you to download this now because it has everything you need. So the first page goes through fabric requirements. The second and third pages are size options by our sample makers, which we're going to go over in a second. Every collection that we're showing, we paired with the Bella Solids, so it would be easy for you to find that throughout the program. The fourth page shows you the designer and our release date. And then on the 5th page, we have a coloring chart if you want to color in your blocks. And then the final page shows you any of the triangles on a roll papers or foundation papers by It's So Emma. So that's what's in your paper. Now I'm going to go in detail about it. So you can save this video because everything for Socialites 1, 2, and 3 is going to be in here. So there are 3 sizes of quilts. There is one finishing pattern. So if you make the 3-inch block, your quilt will be 21 inches. If you make the 6-inch block, your quilt will be 42 inches square. And if you make the 9-inch block, it will be 63-inch square. Now we made everything pre-cut friendly, so I'm going to read you the fabric requirements for each because this again starts in February. So we want to make sure you have your fabric in time. So if you're making the 3-inch blocks, your quilt's going to measure 21 inches. You need 1 layer cake, 2/3 yards background, 1/3 yard setting, 3/8 yard binding, and 7/8 yard backing. All of these fabric requirements do allow you to starch if you want. If you make the 6-inch block, you're going to have a 42-inch square quilt. You will need 28 fat eighths, so just a fat eighth bundle, 1 1/4 yards background, 5/8 yards setting, 1/2 yard binding, and 3 yards backing. If you're going to make the 9-inch blocks, which the number one question you're going to say is which is the easiest? The easiest is going to be your 9-inch size because it is the biggest. Your quilt will measure 63 inches square. You will need 28 fat quarters, 2.5 yards background, 1 yard setting, 5/8 yard binding, and 4 1/8 yards. So you can download page 1 that has everything you need to know on what you need to have. Now, you can shop your stash. That's what I would encourage you to do. You probably have 28 fat quarters somewhere in your room. Now, if you don't have 28 fat eighths, but you have 28 fat quarters, you can do the 6-inch size and just have leftover fabric. This is just a guide, and it's just a rough guide to get you started. Now, page 2, I'm gonna talk about what I'm doing, and then I'm gonna talk about all the other options we have. So on page 2, this is the option I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make 6-inch blocks. I'm gonna use the Lighter Rose collection by Bunny Hill. This collection comes out in January of 2026. And this one, I'm gonna use Bella Solid 200. Jordan's gonna pop up the image of the quilt. And then you can see, I wanted to talk about the fabric while we're here. So this is the background. Now, if you look at it, this background that I picked is a little bit lighter than this because the cream, it just would have looked the blocks would not have stood out. So I picked a fabric that is lighter, and then for the accent fabric, it's one of these florals right here. And we list the exact SKU that I'm using on the paperwork. You can't buy it yet, so there's no reason for me to tell you the exact SKU, but you can see right here, those rectangles, that is your accent right there. So I'm gonna be making 6-inch blocks, Lighter Rose from Bunny Hill, and I'm using Bella Solid 200. Now, one hint that I'm gonna give you is when I do sew-alongs like this, I actually just cut off what I need as I go. So I'll just cut off a yard and then starch it, and then cut off another one and starch it, and then I just pull from the bolt. We do sell full bolts of the Bella Solid. So that's what I'm sewing. Now, we asked Gina Tell and Pat Sloan to sew along with us for the 3-inch and 9-inch size. So now I'm gonna show you what Gina Tell is going to be making. She is she's making the 3-inch size. She's using the Wild Honey collection by Layla Boutique. And I'm gonna get to show you some of these blocks also. And then the Bella Solid Color 200. So we picked the same Bella Solid, and you can see it's a little bit lighter than the cream in the collection, but I want the blocks to stand out. Now you can see that polka dot right there? This polka dot? That is your accent print. So this is what Gina Tell of Thread Graffiti is going to be making, and it's right here in the book. It's the top image. Okay, now I'm going to show you Pat Sloan. So Pat Sloan on page 2, she's going to do the 9-inch blocks. She's using Bella Solid 98 and Rosie collection by Fig Tree. Now, this is the whitest white that Moda, well, it's the second whitest. Color 500 is the whitest, color 98 is the second whitest. So we're using color 98 with this 9-inch sizes. So she's using the Rosie Fat Quarter Bundle and then Bella Solid 98. So I'm going to show you those 3 pre-cuts together. Okay. Because this might make a little bit more sense. Okay, so Gina Tell is gonna make hers with the Wild Honey collection. I'm gonna show you her beautiful blocks in a little bit. She's starting with the layer cake. She's using Bella Solid 200. I'm sewing with the Lighter Rose collection. I'm also using Bella Solid Color 200, and I'm making the 6-inch blocks. Pat Sloan is making the 9-inch blocks using the Rosie collection by Fig Tree Quilts, and she's using color 98. Okay, so that's amazing, right? We are showing 3 quilts, but we're not just making 3, we're making 6. So these 3 are being made by by our employees. I'm not sure if we're putting our names of who's doing what. Yeah, we are. Okay, so Teresa will be making American Gatherings. Nova is using In the Garden, and Denise is using Blueprint. So I'm going to show you their fabrics. Now, they have all decided they're going to all make 9-inch blocks because that's easiest. So, color 182, Bella. Okay, this is 182 Bella. It's cream. This is American Gatherings. So, this is what Teresa will be making. Again, 9-inch blocks, color 182, and this is her coloring. And then you can see her accent fabric is right here. Now remember, that accent fabric SKU is listed here. So anytime you want to see what we made, all of this is free. It's all downloadable. Every collection I'm showing you right now is coming in stock later this year or early 2026. So you can pre-order most of this. And you know, when it comes in, you'll be ready to go. Okay, so that is American Gatherings. The next one is Bella Color 200 and In the Garden by Yoder. And this bundle, you can tell it's messed up. We had to try to put it back together. So this one we take these bundles apart and play with them to try to get the color right. So Nova is going to be making this one. She's using Bella Color 200 and In the Garden. And I just wanted to show you the fabrics together so you could see the whites we picked are not 100% match. We colored them so that they would look the best that we thought. And then this is her accent. Denise is also using Bella Solid 200, and she's using the Blueprint collection by Camille Ross Kelly. She's also using color 200. So let me show you those 3 bundles together, and then I'm going to show you all the Bellas together, and then I'm going to show you the blocks, because we get a lot of questions on how do the whites look. Okay, so this is page 3 of your printout. American Gatherings, In the Garden, Blueprint, all using 9-inch blocks. My Bella Solids that we're using, this is color 182. This is color 98. And this is color 200. So you can see the shades. You know, this is cream, this has a touch of cream, and then this is white. Now, I would suggest you pull from your stash. You can pull from anything you have. A lot of these, they don't use that much background. You know, they don't use more than 3 yards. So you might have a background that already works. Now, I'm going to show you all the blocks, and then I'm going to go through each binder again. Okay, so the block on the left is going to be Gina's block. The block in the middle is going to be, Teresa made this one. This is the one I'm going to be making though. And then this is going to be Pat Sloan's. Do you want me to do just these?
Just do these.
Okay, we're just gonna do these. Okay, so it's gonna be Gina, me, Pat. Now these are the first 12 blocks, and this is to show you a tease of the blocks. Now I did see someone ask, in the past, was this a mystery? And it never has been. We've always shown you the blocks up front so that you can see, you know, what you're getting for free. This is the cutest little Gina block. Now, you can follow us and make the blocks exactly like we did. You can color them however you want. You do not have to use the fabrics we're using. You can use whatever fabric you want. And also one other thing is, remember, in the binders, if you find a block that's too hard, go back to Socialites 1 or 2. If you have that binder printed out, you can just use a different pattern from a different year. This one's really cute. This block is from Brigitte Hyland. Okay, I missed this. Let me go back. Chelsea Stratton, Susan Aki, Robin Pickens, Minky Kim, Vanessa Gertson, Brigitte Hyland, Elizabeth Hartman, who is now a Moda fabric designer, and her Moda Bella solids are, the colors that she's gonna work with are now available. The next block is by Amy Smart. And I think you seeing these blocks is gonna give you a look of the scale. You know, some of you are gonna gravitate to here, you're all gonna gravitate to something. Now, of course, you could make your 9-inch in this collection. You can mix and match. This is block 9 by Yoder. Block 10, designed by Pat Sloan. Block 11, designed by Adita of Laundry Basket Quilts. And block 12 by Sharon Holland. So there's your tease for the first 12 blocks. Okay, looking at your binder, I showed you the blocks through here. There will be more blocks. Now remember, starting on February 20th, every Friday am going to have a tutorial. Again, I'm making the 6-inch blocks. So throughout, I'm gonna make all 6-inch blocks. I'm gonna give you tips and tricks, and it's, again, you download that pattern every Friday morning before the live stream. You will be able to find that on Fat Quarter Shop's website, the blog, and also the Socialites Lounge group on Facebook. Okay, so I teased these blocks, right? Now I'm gonna tease the next set. The first one is gonna be American Gatherings. The second one is In the Garden. And the third one is Blueprint. Okay, so this is the block by Chelsea Stratton. This is the block by Susan Aki. And one thing we do is, Teresa, oh, is this your handwriting? Yes, Denise puts little stickers on the back with the numbers. This is Robin Pickens' block. Minky Kim. Vanessa Gertson. Brigitte from Zen Chic. Elizabeth Hartman. This one's really cute. Amy Smart, Corey Yoder, Pat Sloan. And I think you looking at the blocks, it really gives you an idea of, you know, color placement and what you can do. This is Adita's block. And Sharon Holland's block. So these were made by Teresa, Nova, Denise. Huge shout out to Nova, Teresa, Denise, Gina, Pat, and Teresa for making all of these blocks. Now, I want to talk about one thing. I want to show you 3 different blocks that are starched differently. Because starching is a hot topic, right? Okay, this is how I starch. See that? That's a Nova block. I trained Nova, great. Okay, this is Teresa's block.
That's fine.
Oh wait, this is Denise's block. She uses very little starch. You can't even tell, but it's much thinner. And then this is Teresa's, and it's in the middle. So you can starch however you want. This is stiff. This is medium, this is light. Or you can just not starch at all. It's not required. So here are your blocks. Again, we have the coloring page. I need the binders, sorry. And then the 5th, 6th page has optional paper. So this is what you would download now. Okay, Socialites 1. As a summary, this was in 2020 to 2021, 36 different blocks. The same thing, it's changed a little bit, but these are completely free. On this one, there was 1 setting. And that setting finished at 27 square, 54 square, or 81 square. That was 1 setting where you used all the same blocks throughout the entire thing. That's the first quilt I showed you. The second year, same thing. This one is 2022 to 2023, 24 different blocks. This one had 2 settings. There is a finishing pattern if you use all the same size blocks. It's 33 square, 66 square, or 99 square. Or if you made a combination of 3-inch, 6-inch, and 9-inch, you could make this quilt that finishes at 51 inches square. And this is the one I showed you, the second quilt I showed you. Now, Socialites 3, it's gonna begin February 20th, 2026, 25 blocks. You can download the info packet now, and just remember, any fabric questions you have, it's all listed right here. Any fabric requirement questions, it's right here. Now I'm gonna take questions on Socialites. I'm gonna leave these binders here just in case I have questions, and I'm gonna answer any questions. The binders, we do sell the binders. So I don't know how many we have left. Thank you to Starvin Garvin for the super chat. What is the setting print in a block? Okay.
This is Pat Sloan.
So these are Pat Sloan's blocks, and I'm going to show you the setting print. This right here is your setting. It's just kind of like, now can we pop up that image of her? This is the setting in that one. So see, okay, so see right, okay, hold on, I'm gonna do right here. Okay, right there, that print right there is your setting, all those rectangles, and so on each of them, we did something that was a very light, low volume, a background print with just a little ditzy on it. And you can call it, we're calling it an accent print. You can call it a setting print. You can call it either. I'm loving the fabric lines. How do you decide? Okay, so this program took hundreds of hours to put together, no joke. I mean, I can't even tell you the amount of work that Jocelyn put into this, so shout out to Jocelyn for doing all of this. Nova and her team for writing all the patterns. Basically, what we did is we looked at our schedule. First of all, when could we schedule a sew along on our live stream where I could be here every week? Because I'm coming back every week for this. February to, oh, how long does it go?
Look at the dates in the.
Oh.
Because I don't want to say it.
Oh, yeah. The dates are in here. See, I should look. So if you go to page 4, February to August, I will be, and each date is here. So every week we will be having a free, but then what we do is we look at, after we look at our schedule, we look at fabrics, and we just picked 6 Moda collections that we knew we could pre-order. We knew that Bella Solids would always stay in stock. We sell the Bella Solids by the full bolt. And so we made sure we didn't use any backgrounds from the collections just because those seem to sell out, and then there's frustration on you guys' end. And also, like, I think using a solid in a quilt really lets your blocks stand out. Thank you to Sammy Stanley for the super chat. Thank you to Millie Fessler for the super chat. Thank you to Tori Munyon for the super chat. She says, thank you so much for my Jelly Roll book from National Jelly Roll Day. Yay! And then Sheila said, does anyone know if the Darling quilt has enough fabric to starch?
I'm making it right now. If you're a light starcher, no. I mean, yes. If you're a light starcher, yes. If you're a heavy starcher, no.
Okay, so that was Denise talking. So the Darling quilt kit is prepackaged from Moda, and so that is her answer on starching. So if you starch just a little bit, it's not going to shrink much. You'll have enough. If you're going to starch heavy like I do, your fabric is going to shrink 1/2 inch all the way around, and you will not have enough.
Okay.
The blocks are all beginner to advanced. So we made a mix of everything. And like I said, you can always go back to Socialites 1, 2, and 3. And these binders that we pulled for you, these are from way back then. We didn't go back and print them. We keep them. And so I suggest that you just print them out and just save them. For the 3-inch block, can we replace the background for a different fat quarters, and how many will we need? Oh, I would have no idea. That would be way beyond that. I would say probably 8. I don't know. No idea. Okay. So now we've done Socialites, and hopefully I've answered all of your questions. Now, if you joined late, just come back to the video later, rewind, and we had a very detailed script. Thank you to Denise. I think I hit every single point in terms of the dates, the sizes, the options. There's just so many options. So just think about all the mix and match options. You get the freedom to pick any block size you want. You have 3 finishing options if you make the same size throughout, and then you have an extra finishing option if you do 3 different sizes. So if you print out all the info, you can mix and match, and you can totally make the quilt your own. And if you go to the Facebook group Socialites Lounge right now, people are already saying, oh, this is what I'm going to use. This is what I'm going to use. People are pulling fabrics from their stash, showing photos. So you don't have to do what we did. You can go look at what your friends did and get inspiration from there. Light starching, this is what it means. You just iron your print, and then you're going to starch it just a little bit, and then you're going to cut. Heavy starching is what Peyton and I do. Peyton is in here right now. I drench the fabric in starch and let it dry, and it takes off 1/2 inch. All the patterns will be available for free forever. And that is how Socialites 1 and 2 is. Now, you can download starting February 20th Every Friday. Okay, now I'm gonna move to quilt along and things that I've been sewing at home and having fun doing. Okay, so these are all sew-alongs that I've been doing, and I'm gonna talk about each of them. This is the Callie & Co. Mystery Block Along designed by Corey Yoder, and it's on her blog and her YouTube channel. This began in January 2025. This is my September block. This is a completely free program, and if you want to join it, you go the third Saturday of the month to corianderquilts.com. Patterns are free. So I have been labeling mine. This is block 9. And when I made mine, I used the Callie & Co. collection by Corey Yoder. And the white here, that's the background from the collection, which is, long sold out. And these she's going to turn into a bonus project at the end. And these are, when you cut this off, this is called heavy starching. He just goes right back to where it was. It's kind of like gel in your hair. If you put gel in your hair and you do this, it's going to move back. I would say just hair dryer, that would be light starching. So this is how, this is the cutoff of the back of here. So this is my block 9. Really fun, really cute. Math Geek said, "Hi, Peyton. Is that your teacher?"
Who?
Math Geek?
No.
No, okay. One of his teachers watches. Maybe she's watching.
Old teachers.
Well, she's still your teacher. She's Christopher's teacher now. Okay. The next program I'm going to show you is called 2025 A Quilting Life. This started in January 2025. These blocks release on the first Monday of every month for 2025 on Sherry McConnell's A Quilting Life blog. She also shows it on her YouTube channel. This is the September block. This is the October block. The blocks I'm using a combination of the Raspberry Summer and Laguna Sunrise collections by Sherry and McConnell from Moda. The patterns right now are free. At the very end of the year, they will put them up as a paid pattern. So if you want them for free, even if you're not sewing now, I would download them so you have them. And then this is the white on white from Raspberry Summer, I believe. So that is 2025 A Quilting Life. The Vintage Christmas Quilt Along, hosted by us, designed by Lori Holt, started in January of 2025, and it's almost ending. We're going to end this December. I'm going to be showing you my September and October blocks slowly so you can see the color placement. You can also go to the Jolly Jabber and print out big photos of the block exactly where Lori put the color placement. And that comes out each month. I'm using the Hometown Holiday Collection by Lori. We have some kits left, not very many. And when we sell out of the kits, I will not be making more. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the block, and then do you think we should zoom in?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna tell you the name of the block. And this is, if you don't wanna go to the blog and print that, you could screenshot this. Now, I really do not like this block because it's wavy and this is wavy. So I'm not a fan of this block, but I'm leaving it. These are all from the Vintage Christmas book by Lori Holt. So this is the toy drum. This is the toy soldiers block. He needs the little eyes added. So I'm gonna do embroidery eyes that Teresa's gonna do because I cheat and Teresa does them for me. Or you could put buttons on after you have it quilted. This is the toy train block. And all of these, I filmed reels on them so you could watch them. And if you want to see what I do, you could just kind of see my thought process. And this is the Twinkle Lights block. So these were September. These are October. Under the tree block, that one was super easy. This one right here, this drives me crazy that I put that right there because you cannot, it looks like the red. Anyway. Vintage ornament block. Is that slow enough, Denise?
Mm-hmm.
Vintage pinwheel block. And the warm hat block. So I'm just going to pull them off. Gentle. I told him he has to be gentle with my blocks. Do you have gum? Oh, he has a cough drop. I was like, what is in your mouth? Okay, so for this one, this quilt finishes at 66 by 74. I have 2 blocks left for November, so I'm going to film those this month. Now for the finishing and the outer border, I am not filming that because I'm going to let Teresa do that for me and put the quilt together, so I'm cheating a little bit. So that is Vintage Christmas. The next quilt along is the Quilted Snowman. This started in January. It's going to end in November, so we're almost done. Again, Quilted Snowman kits almost sold out. It's fuzzy. Is it fuzzy? Okay, so the Quilted Snowman is from January to November, and once these kits sell out, I think I only have 10 left. We're not making more. So I'm going to be showing you the blocks from August and September that I haven't shown you yet. The kit is going to finish at 87 by 97. This is the schedule that you can download from our blog. So I'm showing you the left snowman block, the buttons block, and the snow flurry scarf. The pattern comes in a paper or PDF pattern. Okay. So this is the left snowman block. So it's like right here is what I'm showing you. And I will admit some of the fabrics, I was trying to make the quilt exactly like Lori, but some of the fabrics are out of order, but nobody will know. Except you will know because I told you. This is the buttons block. So this is, you know, his buttons. Super, look how wide it is. It's so big. Okay, so those are September, October. I did press open on everything. And then this, which way do I go? This way?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Yesterday I was showing it the wrong way. This is the scarf block. I'm sure I'm saying the name wrong, just ignore me. But it's right here. And this is where I made this part, but all of these little blocks right here, they were made in previous months. So what I love about this pattern is when you get to the end, some of the part is already gonna be pieced, because I think the worst part of doing a quilt is putting the whole thing together. Like, I want no part of that. I know it's just because it's heavy, it hurts my back, it takes pinning, it's too much work. I just wanna make the little blocks. I actually just wanna cut fabric. That's what I wanna do. Anything that needs to be embroidered, I am going to do before I quilt it. It was not wavy in Lori Holt's quilt. It was just wavy in my block. So that is Quilted Snowman. Again, I did press open. The next sew along, oh my gosh, I've been so busy, is the Prairie Home Sampler Quilt Along. So this is where Lori took blocks from the quilts within her book, and we're doing a sampler sew along. It started in March of this year, and it's gonna end in March of next year. I'm showing you my September blocks. So these are my September blocks. We keep everything on design boards. And then if you wanna know the plan and the dates, everything is right here. This one used her B Bundle limited edition color bundles. There's a color bundle and a background bundle. The one change I did make is anything purple. I'm not using purple, I'm just using whatever I have left. Those bundles are very low in stock. but I'm making more as I get more fabric. And we release the coloring guide that's right here on the 15th of each month. So this one, you will, in 5 days, get October's coloring guide. I haven't made October's yet. I wish I had, but, and this is gonna be 73 by 77. The next quilt along is the Scrappy Americana flag pattern by Lori Holt. This one started May 9th and it goes until February of 2026. I started in May. I'm going to be showing you the sampler blocks. Now, this is a paid pattern. You can buy it paper or PDF, and you can download this for free. This tells you exactly what you need. We do have, on this one, we do have plenty of kits left, so that's great news. Do you have the storage blocks? So I'm keeping all of my blocks in here, and I am going to have to buy a couple more blocks, but I'm just pushing them down. So these are just art bin boxes. 6953 is the SKU number. These are my blocks for September. This pattern is written where you can make this the traditional way or foundation paper way. And it's not just half square triangles, it's flying geese and all kinds of other papers. So these are my blocks for September. They all look the same, so I'm not sure why I'm showing you each of them. And then these are my, so there's, I think there's 6 and 6 or 8 and 8, I can't remember. And I am pressing all these open. Now I did do a reel on this one, and surprise, surprise, I did this the traditional way, because the bigger it is, the more wasteful it is. So on triangles that come out this big, I just do it the traditional way. So that's just a hint. This quilt is going to be 65 by 105. It seems small, but in real life, it's humongous. Okay, the next sew along that I'm doing is the Moda Blockheads 6. This is from May to November of 2025. It's hosted by Moda Fabrics. I'm going to be showing you the blocks from the end of September and beginning of October. My blocks use the A Bloom collection by Yoder. This background is a coriander quilts, a coriander seeds background. It's 29/146/11. I'm not sure if it's in stock right now. Now, there's 2 options here. You can either go to the Moda blog every Wednesday and download the pattern for free. You can go to, it's Moda Blockheads. If you just search Moda Blockheads 6, you will go to that page. It's free. If you don't want to do that, you could purchase the My Favorite Color is Still Moda pattern, and the instructions are in here. So you can either pay for the pattern or get it for free, whichever you want. I'm going to be talking about the setting. But these are my blocks. This one came out this week, and this one came out last week. So those are my most recent blocks. Now these are my setting blocks. And okay, and I'm going to try to explain where they go in the quilt. Now when I first started, I hadn't used this taupey color, and I just thought I'd save it. So right here, each corner, there's 4 half square triangles, 1 hourglass. 4 half square triangles, 1 hourglass. These right here go here. So how this has that navy, I'm not doing that. My whole quilt's going to be background. So on all of the 9 patches, I use the same fabric. So those are all the same. On each corner, I did matching fabric. So I did 4 half square triangles and 1 hourglass. 4 half square triangles and 1 hourglass, so that when I put it together, this little section right here, all the fabrics are matchy-matchy. And then I use this fabric. This you can tell I was getting into the salvage. Sometimes that happens. And then this fabric. So those are my settings. So actually, I wasn't sure what setting I was going to use, and then I just started making the blocks, and I was like, oh, I'm making this setting. Now, I'm going to be honest. When I make these quilts, I draw them out in electric quilt. This was way too advanced for me to draw out. I did not do it because this setting is all different size blocks. It was beyond my capability of computer skills. So I'm just making the blocks, and at the end, I hope it looks good together. If it doesn't, I don't know, I'll donate it or something. So we're almost to the end. There's only a couple of blocks left. I've actually finished all my blocks, so that's amazing. And once it's done, full disclosure, Teresa's putting it together, and she's just gonna put all the matching fabrics in each corner. So that's that one. I don't know how I do all this. Okay, Flower Farm Sampler is the book by Shelly Kavana. We did a sew along. It's actually hanging behind me of her second book, which was Barn Star Sampler. This is her third book, Flower Farm Sampler. We started our sew along in June. We're gonna go all the way to next March. We colored ours in the Americana collection by Lori Holt. Actually, Lori colored it for us. We have these sheets that you can download on the 15th of each month. So these are September and part of October. So I'm not sure which is which. So I'm just going to show you some blocks. How about
On that side of the names.
I don't know. I'm just going to show you some blocks. How about that? I made these a while ago. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think, okay. So these probably September. Okay. This is probably September. Okay, let me tell you about this block. This block to make, both of them took 8 hours because the first time I sewed these, I sewed them on the wrong side. And I did it for both blocks. So I actually wasted at least a yard of fabric. So I did that wrong. Then I did the wrong fabric here. I mean, I made every mistake I could make. So I actually had to step away because I was like, something about this block just threw me off. And then this one is October. I think this is the first part of October.
Yes.
I haven't finished the last part of October.
Which that comes out on October 15th.
So this comes out October 15th. So you get to see a sneak peek of it. I will show you the other ones when I sew them. This one was much easier. But this block, every time I see this quilt, and you can see the piecing on it. See, I pressed open. Look at the piecing on the back of this. You can tell, like, there's a lot of, what is that called? When it ravels. Frays. There's a lot of fraying because there was a lot of seam ripper going on. But this was a nightmare of a block. I actually, you know what? I sewed the whole block together and then I realized, oh, what I did is I had the wrong fabric. Where was the wrong fabric, Denise? It was in one of these. I think it was in these corners. I sewed it all wrong and I unpicked the entire thing on both. And then this whole thing, I wasted all kinds of fabric. So okay, so that is Americana Flower Farm. There's still time to join. Now, Shelly is also hosting a sew along, and she has kits using her fabric that you can find on her site. You can just search Shelly Kavana. Bless you. The Jolly Bar 5 sew along is from August to December, so that is probably the one that started the most recent. We're using the Jolly Bar 5 book with this insert that you can download each month. Do you download this? Yeah, you download it each month, and the dates are here. So these are the Northern Light blocks. Is this one? and this is the refractions block. This one, this sew along, I'm using the Gentler Times collection by Lori Holt, and this is a background from that collection. Full disclosure here, I'm actually using a layer cake instead of a Jolly Bar because of my starching and because of the amount of mistakes I make. Okay, so those are my sew-alongs, and coming up on Halloween this year, we are going to be doing a summary of what our sew-alongs are going to be for 2026. Now I'm going to show you my Scrappy quilt. So last year I finished about 3 Scrappy quilts, so I had to start a couple more. This uses the 6-inch woven star Scrappy paper, and this one I did not press open. So these are all just, I'm trying to make 80 blocks, so I have 54 now. I'm using that same coriander seeds background, 29-146-11. So this is the paper. Okay, so this is Pastel Prairie by My Sew Quilting Life, Abide by Brenda Riddle, Honeyed Horizon by Carrie Anguiano, and Simple Pleasures by American Jane. So what I'm doing on this quilt, and it's something I'm going to talk about in a little bit with one of the finished quilted quilts that I show you. I have found that with Scrappy quilts, if you use one background, it's going to look much better because it ties it together. So on this, every block uses the same background and 8 different prints so that you get that scrappy look. So then when we're done, whatever, it's going to have 640 fabrics in it. So these are my woven stars. I'm going to make some more this weekend, so next time you see me, you will have that. You will see that. And then my newest Scrappy quilt is from the same book we just showed you, Prairie Home, page 130. Somehow I just turned right to it. Seriously, I have no idea how I just did that. This is the Hearth and Home pattern. So I have made 5, and this quilt, you can see, it's 3 by 4, so I need 12 blocks. I have made 5. This is the Pastel Prairie collection by My Sew Quilting Life. This background is 20708-36. That's my favorite background. And this one is really cool because it's just 3 blocks by 4 blocks and a binding. So I don't have to pick anything else. And I haven't picked my binding or my backing. I will do that at the very last minute. Now, one thing I will do is probably like in my last block, I'll put a label right here or right here. It'll be somewhere on the top of the quilt. So on the back, maybe I can just drop a 108 on the back so I don't have to piece anything. Okay, so I'm going to answer questions real quick before we go on. Does a layer cake work for the larger woven star foundation paper? It definitely works for the 6-inch. For the 9 and 12 that we're about to do, I don't know yet. 8 and 12. It probably will, but I can't tell you off the top of my head. What background did I use in Blockheads?
Jordan, it's that big.
We're looking.
Is it from the collection?
Oh. Yeah, it's not. It's the coriander seeds. This is 2914611, I think.
Is it white on white?
White on white. Just scroll it. It's in the script.
I put the link in the description.
Oh, she put the link in. So there you go. So it's just a white on white. Now, if you look at these blocks, there are a lot of mediums and low volumes that I have put in. So I guess kind of a mix. Have I ever done a sampler quilt along with my vintage blocks? I don't know. I mean, we're doing quilt alongs all the time. I don't know that I have any real vintage ones. Why do some fabrics fray more than others? Okay, this is a great question. It's all about the thread count. Each fabric, you have a certain number of threads that go weft and what is it? Weave. So the higher the thread count, the better the quality, the less it's going to fray. Everyone starts with a different gray good. It's actually spelled Greige, if you want to look that up. But mine don't really fray because I starch. But each company, I even think within each company, each designer's fabric fray a different amount. So I almost feel like the dye or the color of the fabric might even affect it. The 9-inch Socialites, you will need a fat quarter bundle. Layer cakes will not work. Oh, Laura says, will the Moda setting quilt for the Moda Blockheads be free at the end, or do you have to sell them in your shop? I actually do not know the answer of that question, so I'm not sure. Do I plan to have a Merry Little Christmas kit from Tilda? No. Let me tell you why. Merry Little Christmas, we bought it and it sold out immediately. And when we tried to reorder, they only bring so much in from, I think she's Norwegian. So we do have more on order. I think we still might have bundles left, but the yardage is pretty thin. We have more in order, but basically the company that we buy it from has said we have no idea if you're going to get it. So there's my answer to you. I have no idea if we're going to get more. Okay, there's a question about Crime Con. Which cases am I following? Not really any right now. Do I think Americana and Prairie will be okay to make Hearth and Home? Yes. Where do you find the time to do these quilts? Okay, so if you think about this, I take a lot of naps, I'll be honest. I got a nap, right, Peyton?
Yep.
I gotta take a lot of naps. And if you come in and your name is Christopher and you wake me up from a nap, I'm gonna be real mad because he's all about waking me up from the nap. So now I have to lock my door. I take a lot of naps. But if I'm not napping, I'm moving. I'm doing something. If I go to his football games, I have my cross stitch there. Now, I usually don't cross stitch anymore because I actually am trying to pay attention. But, yeah. If I'm in my car and I'm gonna drive through, like gonna pick up my kids and I have to sit there for 10 minutes, I'm gonna stitch. If I'm gonna take one of my kids somewhere to practice, I'm not gonna drive home and come back. I'm gonna sit in the car and stitch. But I also do this as a job. So like part of this is like me filming at work, me filming at home. Peyton just set up a new tripod for me that Jordan bought. I mean, I'm always working. If I didn't have this job, I would always be working. I am a workaholic. I will work till the day I die. I will never retire. I have no interest. People say, oh, don't you want to, this is what Emma said to me the other day. Don't you want to just go to Hawaii and enjoy your retirement and just like be done with life? And I was like, no, I want to work. I want to get up every day and I want to work. So it's part of just who I am as a person. Everyone is different, but it's just who I am. When hand binding, what thread color do I use? I try to match the binding fabric. Have I tried the new threads? No, but I took them home. They're in a box. Will I restock the Tilda blenders? Yes, all of that is constantly on order. And when we order it, they either ship it or they don't, and they don't put a delivery date. So they don't say like, oh, it's gonna come in January. We just get it when we get it, but those are staying in reprint. Would I consider having pre-cut kits maybe in the future? It's not on my list right now, but never say never. Okay. Hi, Doug. Doug said happy Friday. Okay, now I'm going to show you finished quilts.
Jordan.
No, this is not the right quilt. Sorry. Peyton, pick up that house quilt. It's that one. Let Peyton do it. Okay, they're going to come hold it.
Sorry, Jordan.
We told them the wrong quilt. Okay, so this is the quilt that I made. It took me did it take about 3 years,
Yeah,
Denise?
it took
Okay.
a while.
This is a free pattern designed by Jocelyn at Fat Quarter Shop. This is called Bitty Brick House. I love it. It's fabulous. It's a 6x7 layout. All of that is free in the pattern. It's 54 by 65. It uses Okay, we're gonna play a game. How many fabrics does it use? Because I have a number and I'm gonna see if any of you can even guess. It's a crazy number. I'm gonna put it on the table though, and I'm gonna tell you what I don't love about it. Okay, you're free to put it. Okay, so let me show you what I don't like about it. And it's hard to see when you were holding it up. Okay. So, what I did with this is each row, everything is a different fabric, even the chimney is different. But I did not keep these backgrounds consistent, and I think it looks horrible. So like this in person is super cream, white, half cream. It's just white. It's just, I cannot stand the backgrounds. So this one, I just really would, if I was gonna do something different, 1,000, close, lower. I kept the same cornerstone because I felt like with blocks with so much Scrappy, if you did different ones, I don't even think you would see the cornerstones because your eyes would just be going everywhere. So I did do consistent cornerstones, and I used that coriander seeds 2914611. So I just have a bolt of that. I have a bolt of 20708-36. I have a bolt of color 9900-98, 9900-20. I just cut off the bolts. So I'm going to show you where I put the label. $8.50. Okay, winner. Bonita is some. Okay, I use 840. So here's my label. Can you zoom in, Sophie? Oh, this will be good because then you'll zoom in and see what I really don't like. Okay, here's my label. It's a Sweetwater label. And look at this background. I can't stand it. It's way too cream. So what I was doing, I think, is using the background from the collection just so each one was its own collection. But in the future, I'm always just going to use one consistent. And I have found by just having those bolts ready, I just cut a yard off, starch it, and then use it, and then keep it. I keep every project in a different drawer, so I always know where my fabric is, what fabric it is. And then, of course, I keep a journal, so if I can't remember the fabric, I just look in my journal and then go grab that bolt. And then the back is, Kelly & Co., I think. Mm-hmm. So that is one of my finished quilts. Now, I just got 5 finished quilts back. We're only showing you 2 today because I don't know that we could show all of them. This quilt is huge. This is my 25 patch quilt. Y'all can guess how many fabrics are in this. This is a blog tutorial that's free that tells you how to make this. All of these are 2.5-inch squares, and I picked 25 fabrics from a collection, sewed them into squares. I used the same background for this. It's a core Yoder fabric. It is 29211-31. And when I went to do the cornerstones, I found, I could just find these fabrics. I'm not kidding. I literally found it on my shelf because there's fabric everywhere. I found 2 Corey Yoder charm packs from like 5 years ago. And I just cut them up and put them here randomly. And this was piece, Teresa put all this together. And then this is, I don't know what this is. This is a bloom. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the table. So you can kind of see. And so it's, like these are Camille collections. My So Quilty Life, Lori Holt, Sherry and Chelsea, Fig Tree, Sweetwater. This is actually Fig Tree, another Camille. And so you can see these, they're just old Core Yoder, but, and a lot of times quilts like this, some companies only do 21 or 20 fabrics per collection, and all of these have different ones. And then the back, the back has that fun backing. Okay, this is a 108 backing. that we are now sold out of. It was the one that we made exclusively at Fat Quarter Shop that we used on Designer Mystery for this year. Okay, so Teresa did this. I just made an extra block. It's upside down, it's fine. And then this is left over from, I sewed something else in a bloom. What did I sew in a bloom?
Right now you're sewing Moda Blockheads.
Moda Blockheads. I think I pulled this from Moda Blockheads, and basically it's just a stripe, and then I put a 108 here and here. And then I put the same, oh, you know what, I probably pulled it from the binding fabric or something. 685, 686, okay, let's see. 694. So I think y'all have figured out my math. That one was quilted by Joanna Marsh. And my numbers might be a little bit off, but that was me yesterday, like trying to figure it out. But I think it's so fun to do Scrappy and just, but it does have to be planned a little bit. Okay, so breast cancer awareness, we are donating $5,000, and we talked about that last week. And we released a free foundation paper piecing block pattern and tutorial to help you spread awareness and raise money for the work the Breast Cancer Research Foundation does each year. Please donate. So basically, we are donating $5,000. But By Annie encouraged all of us participating in her blog hop to choose a cancer ribbon color that's personal to them so we can spread awareness. So Kylie put together this, she designed it, and this is free on Fat Quarter Shop's site. So basically, you can go to Fat Quarter Shop's blog or website and type awareness ribbon, and you can print these using the blank foundation paper, and you can see how much we've used. You just pull the paper out, you can cut it down, or however you make your printer work. Just make sure when you're doing this, if you're using like printer paper, it's going to be hard to pull that off.
I do have tips.
Okay, so Denise is going to give you tips right now.
So this pad is 12 inches by 12 inches, I believe. So if your printer does not go up to 12 by 12, most standard home printers are just, your 8.5 by 11, you will need to cut down your paper in here to 8.5 by 11. You also may need to
And that's what this is.
Yes, to mess with the settings of your printer, since this is a lighter weight of paper than your like normal copy
Stock
paper. Yeah.
And then when you print it, you want to make sure you print to scale or to size.
Print at 100%
Scale.
or actual size.
And then if you want this to come out to the exact size of 8 by 9.5, if you put your ruler on this 1 inch square, it should be 1 inch square. If not, yours will come out a different size, which is totally fine if you're okay with that. And I'm going to show you the blocks that Kylie made. These, she made these with Gentler Times by Lori Holt.
And the teal is ovarian.
So this is ovarian and this is breast cancer. And so please donate. Last year, I think we raised almost $14,000 or $13,000. Okay. And this came out last weekend, so it's brand new. Now I'm going to do the Sew Sampler reveal. First, I'm going to show you the bonus blocks that you get, and this is one of them. And this was pieced by Teresa. This is block number 6 of the flowering quilt along. Now the Sew Sampler reveal, so you should have your Sew Sampler box. If you haven't received it yet, now I wanted to show you. She pieces like a normal person. She has all her seams to one side. Some are pressed open, most are not. So when I'm showing you everything pressed open, don't feel like you have to do that. So I'm going to show you the Sew Sampler box. If you haven't received yours and you don't want to see it, just close your eyes, don't turn the video off, and I'll tell you when we're done. So I think we have a few boxes left, but we do have plenty of finishing kits left. So if you still want a finishing kit, those are available. The boxes are limited. So we, in this program, what we do is we make the number of boxes that are in the club, And then if people don't pay, we put those online. So the theme of this box was bees and braids. What can I show? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna cover the coupon and show you the back. Because I think the back is really cool. Okay, so Jocelyn's been doing something really cool. So on the back, you can use this QR code. Okay, I'm covering it, Jordan. Okay, so this is, if you want information on Socialites, this is going to take you to the Socialites page. This is all the information we just went over. If you don't want to sew the quilt design in the box, you can click on this QR code to go to the free Jelly Roll Cabin video and make this quilt. So sometimes on the back we give you second options. We've even sometimes given you third options. Okay, so this came with a 5-inch jelly braid paper. Thank you to everyone who has bought the jelly braid paper. It's been a huge success. We have a ton more on order. We're almost sold out of another size, but it's coming next week. So this is the Sun Drenched Junior Jelly Roll. And so it's a half of a jelly roll. You put the jelly roll and the braid paper together. And you can make the Dutch Braids table runner. This is the flowering block I just showed you. Also super excited, this has been in the works for, I don't know, a year or two, a pink seam ripper. So we partnered up with Clover to make a custom Kimberly seam ripper. It's I call it one and done. They will do it for us one time, and so we have plenty. Don't worry, we have plenty, but this is gonna be a limited time, probably have it for a year, seam ripper. And then we have the new quilt project book, which is totally amazing. So we had a different book that was similar. We took a lot of the feedback that you guys gave us to make it where it fits more projects and it has a little bit less space per project so you can fit more inside. So this is our sew sampler, September. And of course you have your accordion that has all the information. And just always look on the back of that cover because that will give you secondary options if you're looking for something different. And there is also a coupon code on the back. Thank you to Donna Steptoe. She says, fun to watch you live, Kimberly. Thank you for the super chat. Okay, let me answer the questions before I move on. So we've gone over Socialites. If you missed that, go to the very beginning. Everything's in there. I hope I covered everything. I'm going to answer questions now, and then we're going to go over the What's New section. The What's New section is huge over here, and there's a lot, so I still have a lot to go. Lucy says, I have an odd question. Where can you or can't you buy the sample fabrics that the Fabrics Reps gives you, or businesses like Fat Quarter Shop? Can the public buy the samples? No. So some companies give those to us for free. Some of those we pay for. What my sales reps do is they either sew with them themselves if they're a sewer, or they donate them to like Project Linus or other charities. So you'd have to find a sales rep or something. We use ours. We just use ours up as much as we can to help promote the business. And then some of them go to our employees as little whatever benefits, I don't know. What thread am I using to sew my quilts together now? Okay. I actually don't know the date. It might be today. Aurifil. I use Aurifil Color 2000, and I literally have boxes and boxes of this. I have a whole drawer of this thread. The price is going up. So I bought a bunch of it. I bought a bunch more. But this is what I'm using. Now I'm interested to try the Invisa, what is it called? Wonderfill by Riley Blake. I took it home, but I haven't sewn since I took it home. So when I sew, one thing I do is I do these mass weekends where I just like work like crazy all weekend. And then some weekends, like if I have stuff to do, like this weekend, Emma's home. Peyton, they're all home. We have nothing planned. Well, one of them's going to ACL, but like we don't have anything planned. So it depends. Like if the kids want to go somewhere, then I'm not sewing. If they don't want to go anywhere, then I'm sewing. So, but anyway, I'm going off. When will the quilt room quilt along start? I'm not sure. That is hosted by Heather Briggs. So I would go to her site. It is called My Sew Quilting Life. Any chance you would make a kit for the true blue fabric using the sugar cookie pattern, please? Okay, that's the second request. Can you just email me? We have so many kits planned in that one, but I keep getting questions, so I might do it. Not today, because when I leave here, I'm taking Peyton. We're going to go to Cabo Bob's, right?
Sure.
He's like, sure. So good.
What is that?
Cabo Bob's? It's a burrito place. You don't ever want to take Jordan there because he will eat 3 burritos. It is so good. They have like 10 meats, 10 sauces. It's insanely good. You're missing out, Jordan. When piercing the back of a quilt, is it better to go, piecing a back of the quilt, is it better to go vertically or horizontally? I think the rule of thumb is to do horizontal, but I just do whatever. I've never followed that rule. What thread did Teresa use? She used Aurifil Color 2000. Which background is good for sunbonnet? I would do color 200. What thread will I use instead of Aurifil? I'm going to use Aurifil. It's just getting expensive. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm going to try other stuff, but I did talk to somebody at this weekend about thread prices, and they said, because I'm very concerned about the Aurifil price increase, and he said, well, don't worry, everyone else is increasing January 1st. So I think just things are increasing. Do I know if the quilt room quilt has enough fabric to starch? It does, because we cut it here. Okay, so now I'm going to show you new items. Some we have kits, some we don't, or quilts, some we don't, and some of this is super exciting because it's got me all riled up. Okay, so the first thing, Typography by Lori Holt just arrived this week. So this is the backing set. This is the actual quilt. So we use the same backing as this background. Now this is applique, but I'm making it. I saw this quilt and I was like, I gotta make it. This one finishes at 82 by 87. So this kit is called Just My Type Quilt Kit. We have a lot of kits. I don't know how long they're gonna last. My plan is we're gonna be doing reels and videos and everything, but you don't have everything yet. So this is all pieced and this is all appliqued. The typography, glyphs, Sew Simple Shapes are not here yet. I'm not sure if they're coming in the they should be coming in the next month, but you need to buy that. Plus you need to buy some sew-in interfacing by Lori Holt to complete the project. So this has the pattern and the fabric, but it does not have those two notions. So this pattern right here is called Just My Type. It is published by Riley Blake. Everything you need additionally is on the back. You can buy this pattern separately as a paper pattern, or it comes in the kit. I'll just kind of flip through to show you. I am going to be, okay, I'm gonna reserve the right to change my mind. But what I'm thinking is, now I don't have the Sew Simple Shapes, so I haven't tried it. But my thought is, I'm gonna use the Sew Simple Shapes. I'm going to do the Lori Holt method, flip it out, and I'm gonna hand sew these down instead of doing like a machine stitch on top. Now I might change my mind, but that's what I'm thinking. And she has this laid out so you can do it exactly as shown. And I'm gonna start this in 2026. I'm not touching this till 2026. Now, I don't know if this kit has enough for starching, but I'm starching. So if I run out, I'll just have to buy extra. This is the backing set we made. So the backing set is separate. Actually, yeah. So this backing is the same as the border. So more information on how we're going to break this up will come at the end and Halloween, because me and Denise have to figure that out. But I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta have it. I gotta have it now. I'm not even starting it, but I mean, look how cute that would look on the wall. That would look so cute in our house, right? Do you like it?
I can't even see.
Okay, look. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the new typography collection by Lori Holt. She has a lot with this collection. So this one I've shown you last week, standing up, but this is a Fat Quarter Shop kit for the vice versa runner kit. So you can buy the kit or just the pattern. The pattern has 3 sizes. So this kit is now cut. This kit is also cut. I showed this to you last week. There is a 3rd size that is not cut yet. Our entire shipment of this did not come from Riley Blake. So we have some kits that are not cut and some backing sets that are not cut because we have not received all the fabric. But this one is also going to be a sew along. And I'm going to be sewing this one, I believe, during the sew along. And this uses the typography fabric. It's 24 by 24. The pattern is available separately.
Go through the fabric.
Okay, now I'm going to show you the fabric. So I'm going to leave this here just so you can see it. Because to me, seeing it, you're good there. But seeing it like sewn and on fabric, totally different.
That's the background.
So these are the backgrounds. And there are so many options on this. You can buy half yards, 1 yards, fat quarters, yardage. Combined, it's fuzzy. Let's see, she's gonna lock it real quick. Have I decorated for autumn yet? My nanny put all the decorations out this week. I haven't like fluffed them up, but yes. And I'm so excited she did it because my in-laws are coming next week and I don't want them to think that I'm lazy. So these are the backgrounds. And to me, just seeing this in person versus here, this shows you how you use it. Okay, so these are my backgrounds.
This is not the entire collection. This is entire collection of a
Okay, so these are your prints. These are your backgrounds and these are your prints. I'm not gonna go line by line on every single thing we sell because to be honest, it's confusing, but we have every option that is possible. Some we cut, some Riley Blake cut. So to me, that is my favorite, of course, that little pink. So. Okay, so backgrounds, prints. And I'm gonna open the prints so you can see what the design looks like. And it's all the same design. So I'm gonna open my favorite. I'm gonna open this one. Oh, I gotta keep them in order. Hold on. I'm gonna keep them in order for you. Okay, hold on. This is the one I'm gonna open because I like it. So it has typewriters, little keyboard, kind of like a room layout. Super cute. And this is the same print. It's the same print on all of them. So if you look here, you know, it's the same. So very excited. This came a little bit earlier than we expected. I think this group is gonna go crazy by the yard. I think people are gonna pick a couple of colors, and these two are my favorite right here. Okay, so you can buy this several ways at Fat Quarter Shop. Anything that we don't have live is just because we have not received our shipment yet. It has shipped, it's just not here yet. Now, speaking of typography, she has this is designed by Lori Holt, if I didn't say that. She has new notions. The only ones that have arrived are the 4 sizes of the design boards. This time we bought more of the 14 and the 10, which is, okay, this is 7, 10, 14, 18. These are the two that sell the most. We bought more, hoping we don't sell out. She has a lot of other notions, like she has a leather keychain, an enamel charm, she has a binder, she has the So Simple shapes, all of that. It hasn't come yet, but hopefully it will come next week. Also from Lori is this. This came about 3 weeks ago. This is SKU WB15576 color raindrop. So this is just a 108 that Lori did. It doesn't go with any collection, and it's just a new wide back that I thought I would show you. It's in one color. So that's typography. Now we do have some fun quilts that Peyton's going to show. The first one is called Jump for Joy. That's the original one that y'all had. It's the bottom one. Okay, so these quilts, this quilt in particular is one we recolored. So this is the Dashing Quilt pattern by Coriander Quilts. We took her pattern and we colored it with Delightfully Yours by Sherry and Chelsea. And then we did a video, and it shows you, you know, steps on making the quilt, the measurements you have to get in the pattern, but it just shows you how you can take a pattern that has one look and make it totally different. We have a lot of kits. It's 60 by 72, which is a great size. There's also a backing set and a video that goes with it. So that is the Jump for Joy quilt. I'll show it to you on the table to give them time to grab the next one. So see how pretty that is? Go that way a little bit. Okay, so this is the Fresh Air Quilt Kit. This is the same collection, Delightfully Yours by Sherry and Chelsea. This is the Jolly Bar, and it's the Jolly Bar kit. The pattern is only available in the Jolly Bar. It's 40 by 56, and we also have a lot of kits of this. Okay, I'm going to show it to you on the table. The next one is Charm Pack Poppies. Sorry, we have a lot of kits. Hold it this way. Okay. This is Charm Pack Poppies. This is the Among the Flowers collection by Shelley Cavano, which is the collection she used on her book, Flower Farm Sampler. So if you're looking for that kind of look, that's her fabric. This is a Fat Quarter Shop kit using a free pattern that you can find on our site or our YouTube channel called Charm Pack Crispies. It uses a charm pack and that collection. This is a white solid from Benartex. It's 42 by 42, and in the Sew Sampler box for August that I showed you last week, this is your secondary option. So this is a way you can use the charm packs that came in last month's Sew Sampler box. If you didn't like that project, you can make this. Okay, here's the quilt, and then I'm going to get to show you new items. Okay. I think this collection is super cute. There's a new collection called Cute as a Button, and there are boy colors and girl colors, and we showed you the actual fabric last week, but now the kits have come in. This is the backing sets that go with it, and so I'm going to open it and show it to you, but this part of this is a panel. It's a very easy quilt to make. Yeah, so the center is a panel. Let me look real quick. Yeah, the center is a panel. So all of this is a panel. So you have your inner border, outer border, and your heart fabric. And this one, they both have hearts. So it's the same pattern, and the pattern comes only in the kit. So these are cute as a button panel quilt kits, boy, girl. And then I showed you, like, we have all the yardage and everything I showed you last week. Okay, so we have, now I'm just going to go through all new collections that are collections. This is Sweet Sicily by Janet Claire for Moda Fabrics. This one we have pre-cuts and yardage in stock. We loaded the yardage yesterday. So this is kind of a watercolor look. And again, the designer is Janet Claire. So this is Sweet Sicily. This next group I love. I think I showed you the fat quarter bundle. This is 30s Playtime by Lindsay McCrae from Moda Fabrics. And I'm going to show you each print. So this is your white on white. But I love this collection, and I made a woven star block using this, and I think I might have made another block using this. But I think if you go back 20 years when we first started the business, 1930s was a big category. Every time a sales rep came, they had a 1930s group. It was just part of the landscape, and it slowly over the years has gone away. So anytime someone comes out with a good 1930s, I'm always happy. So this is a running yardage. You could use it for binding. And I have a piece of this at home. I bought a piece of this because I thought, well, gosh, I might need that one day. And, you know, I'm already running out of space. I'm like, all my cabinets are full. I need to, like, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to take part of Peyton's game room and, like, make a little shelf with all my stuff. I'm just kidding. But I really am out of room. So I used to store stuff more in the bathroom, but Peyton's twin, Will, actually uses that bathroom now, so now I'm like out of room. 30s Playtime, Lindsay McCrae, Moda Fabrics. I mentioned earlier that Elizabeth Hartman is now designing fabrics with Moda Fabrics. She went up to the Moda headquarters and she picked Bella Solids with the Moda designer, like the Moda head art designer. She picked some existing SKUs and then she designed some new SKUs. I think there are 25 prints. We have a page that has all of these listed on it. We have a half yard bundle, fat quarter bundle, and yardage of all of them. And this is going to be great if you are somebody who makes her quilts and follows her colorways, because if you look at this, it's 100% Elizabeth Hartman. I mean, you can just see it. Now there's a new one by her that I want to make. I'm going to add it to my list for next year. It's called Outdoors. Are you going to remember that? Because I'm not. I'm going to make it for Kevin's office. This one's really nice. And her first collection is called Scenery, and it will be coming out in 2026. So these are just Bella Solids. Cassidy is Lori Holt's daughter, if you didn't know that. So we are publishing Cassidy's patterns. Her collection is called Threads of Grace, and we have the Rows of Bows pattern designed by Cassidy and Threaded Star. We'll show you those first before I show you the collection. So this collection is called Rows of Bows. I'm going to give you a hint. This is also going to be in my 2026 plans. I'm going to be making Scrappy blocks with collections, and it's going to be a scrappy quilt using like different collections. This one comes in one size. It's 66 by 78, and it starts with 12 fat quarters and the background 4.5, and then sashing, binding, and backing. This is Threads of Grace. This is her first quilt. I'm going to show it to you on the table. And this background right here is C120 Latte. That is a confetti cotton. And Sarah made this one. And Sarah is on our It's Sewema team, and she writes all the patterns, books. She did a, let's show that up close. That looks nice. Let me show that up close. Look, this is a way you can do a machine binding. So she sewed it to the front here. It's at the top, Peyton. You just turn the, and then she flipped it and she sewed it down. So that's the Rows of Bows quilt. This next one, I'm just gonna tell you right now, it's huge. It's gigantic. It is 84 by 96. It's called Threaded Star. And this background is from the collection. I'm gonna put it on the table. And this one has a bonus pattern to make a table runner also. It's gigantic. It's the quilt that keeps going. And this is from the collection. Like I said, I'm going to show you the backing. And I'm going to show you the collection. So again, the collection is called we're about to break something in here. The collection is called Threads of Grace by Cassidy Grace. And it's really pretty. Now, I think that she, this is inspired by the colors that she used in the nursery for Reed, which is her 2-year-old son. And she has another collection coming out that we just put on our coming soon page that you will get a sneak peek of next week. Next week is a pre-recorded live stream, and so you'll get to see that next week. So really pretty earth tones. It could be used for a variety of different things. I love this color, but I love that this palette just has a little bit of each color. Okay, this is the baby girl and the baby boy collection that I said I showed you last week. Apparently I didn't, it's this week. So I'm gonna show you each fabric and then the panels. The designer of this collection is Lori Whitlock. And I think this is really cute. So it's got clouds, stars, gingham, baby clothes, onesies, bears. It's just really cute. I think the colors are also really nice. And then you'll see some overlap. All the designs are overlapped in different colors. So I'm going to show you the boy and the girl together. So there's your boy colorway. Thank you to Carol T for the super chat. Okay, so for the fabric requirements for Socialites, there are a lot of questions on if certain things will work. I would just go with what we have in the fabric requirements. There would be no way for me to go through and see if other combinations would work. So you've got, So these are two different ginghams. They look the same, but they're not. So there is a boy and a girl. And then these moons are different than the boy moons. The clouds are the same. And then this one has a star background and this one does not. So baby boy, baby girl, Lori Whitlock. I'm going to show you the panels. And this is the panel that's the center of that quilt. So this is the girl version. And then I'll show you the boy. Oh. And my favorite thing on this panel is right here. I'll show you. Okay. A long time ago, when we first started Fat Quarter Shop, one of the very first collections we sold yardage of was called Funky Monkey. And we had that collection for years. I wish they still had it, but that reminds me of that. Okay, the next collection is called Rodeo Rose. It is by Camelot Fabrics. They are based out of Canada. So just super cute. It's kind of that like cowboy, popular cowboy country girl vibe. Cowgirl. Like, oh my gosh. But it's so cute. Look at those boots. And you know, when Kevin and I are buying fabric, we're always trying to think of, you know, we want a little bit of every look. And you know, it's so funny. Last week we went to something with a lot of people in the industry. We went to something at Quilt Market Quilt Market. And somebody actually asked Kevin, do you buy the fabric? And I thought he about died because he pretty much buys all of the fabric. He actually is the one who does the order. I mean, I'm sitting there with him, but he does the quantities. This is Woodland Wonders, also by Camelot Fabrics. And this one is like a juvenile collection, but the tones are just a little bit darker. Terry says she still has some Funky Monkey. Oh, I wish I still had some of that. Sneak peek of something in the Jolly box.
We have a pop-up.
Oh, we have a pop-up. Okay, we're going to hold that till the end, apparently. Woodland Wonders Camelot Fabrics. Okay, this next one I'm going to show together because to me it's confusing. Okay, all of this is Stars and Stripes Stonehenge. Northcott is calling this Stonehenge 13 and they're calling this Stonehenge America 250th anniversary. I'm just going to show it to you and you can find the SKUs on our site, but they're all Stonehenge. So this is the 13 back quarter bundle. And Stonehenge has been around for years and years, and some of these are prints that have been repurposed, meaning they've been in the line for years and years and years. Sometimes they're new prints. Sometimes they're colored different. It's all just a combo of everything. Some of these SKUs have sold out, but they are reordered. Somebody came in and bought a bunch, the same person. Okay, so this is 13. That one we cut in house. This one they cut, I believe. And this one has more, like a little bit more graphic to it. And we keep the Stonehenge. They usually keep the the Americana around about 6 months. This one they've had before. And there might be duplicates between the two bundles. I'm not sure. Okay, so that's the 250th anniversary. Now I'm going to show you the 2 panels. 3 panels, actually.
We're still on Stonehenge.
We're still on Stonehenge.
Okay. Other way, yeah.
Okay, this is one of the panels. It's 23 inches wide. I'm not going to say the exact name because I don't want to mess it up. But if you just search Stonehenge Stars and Stripes, Stonehenge Americana, this is going to come up. So that's one of the panels. This is the second panel from the 13th Stonehenge Stars and Stripes, Stonehenge 13. Is this upside? Okay. I can't read backwards. I'm sorry. And this one's also 23 inches. Let me measure the size of the blocks. They're about 10.75 to 11. Almost 11. Thank you to Nancy B for the super chat. Okay, this is the 250th anniversary panel. Okay, that is Stonehenge all combined. Banyan Boutiques, which is owned also by Northcott, so Stonehenge is Northcott. Banyan Boutiques and Figo Fabrics are owned by Northcott. So this is celebrating 250 years boutiques. This one's really cool. Now, the best-selling boutiques at Fat Quarter Shop are Halloween boutiques, if you can believe that. I have no idea why. I think it might be because they're limited. So, celebrating 250 years boutiques by Banyan Boutiques. This is Sarah Hart's for Figo Fabrics. It's called Joyful June, and it's very 70s. Hippie. That totally reminds me of my kitchen when I was little. I think this one's going to be really popular. Okay, now I'm going to show you some Tilda assortments that we just got. Okay, Tilda is really popular and it's really expensive. And I'm just going to tell you everything they sell has a MAP price on it. If you buy these 1 yard bundles, it's a couple cents less, like 50 cents less per yard. But they put these together so if you're looking for a certain look. This is, okay, this one is seasonal basics, autumn, Thanksgiving, Halloween. And so all of these are just 1 yard bundles. Each bundle has a different quantity in it, so you'll just have to look on the website. But this is a way to get, if you're wanting to make a quilt that is all the same colors together where you don't have to think. And this is one of their basics that's a woven. And we didn't buy very many of these because they're so expensive. I'm not sure how they will do. But I wanted to show them to you because you might like them. This is also woven. So this one is the Autumn, Thanksgiving, Halloween seasonal basics. This one is spring and Easter. This one is so pretty. I want a dress made out of that. It's fine. This one is one of the wovens. And we do list and on our site what is in each bundle, and then this little printout comes with it. So it's prints and a couple of wovens. I think this one has 4 wovens, and they're all just different. This is Creating Memories Winter Reds and Greens. Yeah. That's fine. So if you buy this, I'll show you what he meant. Let me see. So if you buy any of these seasonal, there's a sheet for each one. So like if you buy the Christmas and you want to know what's in the autumn or the blue one, the SKUs are listed, and it makes it easy for you to, reorder. And this is, I don't know, Ocean Blues. Come read this, Jordan. What does that say? I cannot read that font.
Summer?
It does not say summer.
Summer and Ocean Blues.
Oh my gosh. Summer and Ocean Brews. Okay, that is a bad font. Summer, that is a funky font. I was like, I don't know what that says. So these are 1-yard cuts. These are put together by Brewer, who distributes the Tilda fabric. So we didn't cut these. That's so pretty. Okay, so those are the seasonal. They're called Creating Memories. Then they put together some just vintage mixed fabrics that are just a random assortment. This one is called Vintage Mixed Fabrics. This one is called Tilda Blue and Purple. Again, 1-yard cuts. The ones I'm showing you now all have 10 SKUs. So it's a mix of the different collections. This is Vintage Tilda Cream and Gold. So you guys might recognize the different collections. Like I think this is Jubilee. And some of these yardage is still available and some yardage is not available. Vintage Tilda Red and Pink. And then these are all, they don't have the SKUs listed, and they might vary. Like if you buy one and then in 6 months you buy another one, they might be a little bit different. But these are great if you're trying to do something in a certain color. This is Vintage Tilda Caramel and Brown. That's very gold to me. Don't you want to just look at the fabric all day? That's all I want to do is just touch fabric all day. And then this is the last one. It's called Vintage Tilda Green. And then from Hoffman Fabrics, we have 2 new collections. This is Autumn Fall Batik and Fauna Batik. This, I can tell you, sold out this morning. This is the Lucky Loom Fat Quarter Bundle. Can you email me that, actually? I thought we cut this in-house, but we did not, so I might be able to order more from them. This is Fableism, which is a new company, and all of their fabrics are woven. And I actually found out about it on Reddit. It's actually very popular for bags. I think it's super cute. I've never used it, but it's selling like crazy. So I actually need to start ordering a little bit higher on that. But I think that we sold out of this morning. And we just got this week or last week. So if you've worked with this fabric, let us know what you think. It's kind of like a little rainbow. The company again is Fableism. This, I did take some of this home. This is called Charlotte by Clothworks Fabrics. This, I took a little bit of fabric home. I'm making, well, I have this whole idea, Peyton's in here, it's fine. I'm gonna make her a bow quilt with her initial, and then I'm gonna make Will a capybara, what's that called that he likes? Capybara little block, and then I'm gonna make them, what do you call that, jerseys? I just gotta have time. Football jerseys that are pillows.
What?
You don't want that?
No, I'm confused.
Well, you'll find out at Christmas. But he'll actually find out before because they come in my sewing room.
Are you making one for me?
Yes.
Okay.
He's like, are you making one for me? No, you're getting left out.
Kimberly,
Huh?
do you know if the Lucky Lens fabric collection, if there's any
Not that I know
lines?
of. Not that I know of. If there are, and I don't know, they could email me, but I do not think so. Okay, these collections right here are Island Boutiques. This is Playful Purple, Glorious Green, and Brilliant Blue. Now, I know we bought more than just this colorway. They just all have not arrived yet. And these were selling the bundles, but not the yardage. So this is a way for you to buy boutiques by colorway. Okay, Canvas Studio is by Benner Tex, and they have a new Harry Potter collection. This is the Harry Potter fabric has come out from Camelot before, but never Benner Tex. So this is brand new. I don't know a thing about Harry Potter. But Jordan said it's basically the characters from the movie printed on the fabric, right? So like this is the people in the movies? That's what he says.
Take it you're a fan.
And then there's a really big panel that I'll show you. So this is one of those collections that it's going to either be really popular or really not popular because it's so niche. Okay, this is called Harry Potter Character Panel. This is a lot. His head is bigger than my head because I'm standing behind his head. So this is like real life big. This is bigger than real life. So there you go. Two things that I think are super cute that I wanted to show you. We've had these a little bit longer than a month, but I realized we didn't show them to you. So these are Minky Kim pouch panels. So one is called Cottage and one is called Memories. The SKU numbers are 17060 and 17061. But I'm going to show you what they make. You can make, this is a zipper pouch lining, and then this is your little friend's zip pouch. So you can make 2 bags. All you have to do, oh, there's actually Little Friends zip pouch, Trixie zipper pouch, Simple zipper pouch, and coasters. You just use the QR code. Super cute. She does have some videos. This is the Cottage pouch panel. And then this one is the Memories pouch. I'm going to show them together next to each other. I know, sorry. So this one's like a darker green. But I mean, to me, this is a good value if you just want to make some pouches because you're just buying one thing. You're not buying 10 fabrics. So that is that one, and this is the cottage. So you can kind of see one is more blue and pink, and one is more green and pink, but they both have pink. Do I think Peyton is going to become a quilter? How much he helps you? What do you think, Peyton?
Absolutely not.
He said no, but he does know how to do a lot of stuff. Okay, these are brand new, and I'm very excited about these. So, for Quilt Market, Moda Fabrics sent all of their quilt shops a free set of these. They are amazing. And so they had some leftovers, and I happened to buy all of them because I was like, can I please buy them? These are very limited supply. They are made by Fomori, and it's a set of 2 scissors. And they are sharp and smooth. And they say celebrating 50 years, Moda. So I got a couple of these. I'm gonna keep all of them. They're so amazing. So this to me is like a collector's. I would never use these. I would just look at them. We got some cute ornaments also from Moda. These might have sold out, but this is like a fat quarter bundle ornament. A snow globe with a sewing machine and a quilt shop. Or gingerbread house with a quilt shop. These might have already sold out. Stacy Itsu has 2 new calendars. Tea towels. So these always are really popular, and they're limited because of obviously the year, but this is the Stacy Itsu calendar, and this is the Fancy That Design House calendar tea towel. So 2 different tea towels. This one has the months at the bottom and a floral at the top, and then this one has the years all over.
We still have stock of the 3 ornaments.
Oh, we do have the ornaments. Oh, yay, we have the ornaments. Tea towels, these are always super popular. We got these. These are called Funny Valentine. They're by Lizzie House, and they're little handkerchiefs. I'm going to take them out. They're so cute. Moda used to do handkerchiefs a lot. They're so cute. To me, I would just use this and put them in I just lay these out on, like, around the house.
The tea towels from Stacy Itsu, are they similar to gingerbread?
They're similar, but they're not the same company. Yeah, they are similar. They're not, I know they're not the same company, but they are the similar quality. There's a good quality. So I'm going to keep these. They're so cute. Don't you want to put these out in our house, Peyton?
No.
You're supposed to say yes. Okay. We have been carrying a lot of rifle paper. So I'm going to show you everything new that came in from rifle paper. We have already placed a second order for all of these items, and one of them I know we cannot get, but this one's really cool. This is the market list. So these papers are so thick. So a little secret in here, Jordan does the grocery shopping, so I was like, oh, Denise, you can make all the grocery lists and send them to the store. Sorry, he's gonna kill me. But look how cute it is. And then they have 3 new Christmas labels. I don't know the exact names, but they're sold separately. So I would just search rifle paper Christmas labels. Okay, here are some tea towels. Okay, there are 3 towels here, and then there's more. Okay, this is the, actually, I think I should hold these. No, I think this is good. Okay, this is the Home Sweet Home towel. And so it has, you know, Home Sweet Home. It's a nice quality. That one is more, yeah, they're all the same cloth, just a different base cloth. It's kind of like a little light linen. This is the Harvest Tea Towel. See, you can start your Christmas shopping. And then this is the Grateful Harvest Tea Towel. And they have the cute little thing where you can hang it. What do you hang that from?
Like if you have a hook.
Yeah, if you have a hook. If you cook, if you know what you're doing. Okay. This is the Nutcracker recipe tin. Okay, this one I can tell you we tried to order more and they said they don't have any more. So inside comes recipe cards. We also sell these recipe cards separately, which are different than these. So we were able to reorder this. We were not able to reorder this. This is the Nutcracker recipe card. And this is just, you know, recipe cards that fit inside here. And they also have other recipe boxes that we've sold, and you might have some from over the years. They all fit the same.
They're not that. Hold on, Kimberly, those aren't next.
He's out of order.
Yeah.
I know, I'm like, what? Okay, these are the Holiday Argyle pocket books. So these are just, you know, if you want to take, my dad used to always have a piece of paper and he always had a list. This is like the size of paper he would use. Okay, this is the Santa's List notepad. We don't know. I'm just going to tell you. We're just going to put these on the table. There's too many products for us to figure it out. And Alicia's not here to help us.
This is the
Santa Nutcracker.
yeah. This is the Santa's List Nutcracker
Christmas time.
Christmas time.
What are these two?
This one is the Christmas cookie
Argyle.
market pad, and this is the Argyle.
That's pins.
No, the one up here. I'll put it in order.
Okay,
of
put it in.
script.
Okay, you read it. Now read it. Point and read.
Okay. How do you say that word, Jordan?
Argyle.
Holiday Argyle notepad, Santa's List notepad, Nutcracker notepad, Christmas tide notepad, and Christmas cookie market pad.
Yes. I don't know how you figured that out, but thank you. And then this is the Holiday Argyle gel pin sets. And these, I use these at my desk. They're awesome. I don't have these exact ones, but any rifle paper gel pen I love. And then they have the Nutcracker spatula set. These are really cute. I mean, they're so cute, there's no way I could even use them. Not that I would know how. Okay, now we're gonna go back and we're gonna do this right.
Okay.
We're gonna figure it out. Just give us a second.
There.
This is first.
Yes.
Deck the Hall stickers and labels. Santa's Workshop stickers and labels. Christmas Tide sticker labels. Now, I'm going to read you. Okay, I think this is right.
Yes.
This is the Christmas Tide tea towel. So it's got the 12. Is this the 12 days of Christmas? No.
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, is it?
I don't know. Then this is the Christmas tree tea towel. And if any of these sell out, we have more on order. I just don't know. I know the only one they said that we couldn't get was the recipe box. And this has a little bit of metallic in it. This is the Christmas Carols tea towel. This one will be really popular. This is the Cardinals tea towel. Now this one has a blanket stitch on the back. It's blanket on the front, and then I don't know what that is on the back. Okay, and then this is Christmas Cookies tea towel. This one's really cute. And this is the Nativity tea towel. And this one, as well as the other one, it's metallic. Now we have notions from other vendors. These are called Dolomite Vintage Pumpkin Tea Cups. These are MDF pumpkins, which MDF is just like manufactured wood, basically.
Great for cross stitch.
Great for cross stitch. An embossed pumpkin mug. It only comes in green. And then there's the pumpkin's floral round tray. Look, Peyton, we're going to take this one home. Doesn't it match?
Yeah.
I made him say yes. Okay, now I'm going to answer questions. Oh my word, that was a lot.
Don't forget Jolly Box pop-up.
Okay, we're going to do that
Jolly
first.
Box pop-up.
Jolly Box pop-up. We're going to give you a hint on the Jolly Box. I think the Jolly Box, is it sold out? It's close to sold out.
Yeah, you can do that.
So that to give you a sneak peek at the fabric. That will be shipping in November, and we are very close to sold out of that.
Very close.
I love the tea towels. Do people use them to decorate? They're too pretty to use. I think people actually use them. I have some like that, and I use them, and then they get stains, and then like after 5 years, I throw them out. Have I decided all my sew-alongs now that I've seen the spring and summer? Yes. Pretty much most of next year is planned. Next week, I'm going to go through and finalize. The one thing I haven't finalized yet is I want to do a 250th America sew-along. We're going to do it from the Summer Memories book, but I have not picked collections or collection. I'm going to mix a couple. I'm going to pick a red from one collection, a blue from another, and I have been looking, but I just haven't made a decision yet. Terry, is there an industry standard for the amount of fat quarters in a bundle? Yes. The standard is what that company wants to do. So Moda ranges from 30 to 40. Riley Blake is usually 21, unless it's Lori Holt. If it's Lori Holt, it's like 55. Some companies, like Wilmington, is around 14 to 16. I think it depends on the size of the company, the designers, these companies have formulas, and you have to fit the formula. And if you look at collections, you'll see like a lot of times Riley Blake has 7 prints, 3 colorways within each print, maybe a panel, maybe not. So they're all different. So I think it's within each manufacturer, there's kind of a standard. Has Urban Chicks stopped designing? Not that I know of. Do they make wide bags in any of the wovens from Fableism, or is that not something they make? Can you email me that? I'm going to email the company just to make sure. Have I decorated from autumn? Yes. Thank you to Nancy B for the super chat. What color thread would you use if the front of the quilt is light and the back is darker? I almost finished with the Boo Halloween pattern. Okay, so what I do on my quilts, if I have something like that, I'm gonna ask my long arm quilter to use a thinner thread. And I'm gonna use something that's like grayish variegated, so it's not too light on the front and it's not too dark on the front and too light on the back. Will I ever do embroidery university like I did with cross stitch? Probably not, because y'all would all fail. We would all have failing degrees. I have no idea how to embroider. Now I can tell you that one of Lori's sew-alongs that's gonna start next year, what's it, Farm Girl? Quilted Farm Girl. The blocks have hand running stitches, and I'm gonna do it. Said I wasn't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, and I might have some tutorials on that, but first Teresa has to show me how to do it. Okay, let's see what else we got. Oh, what product does Denise use for starching?
Best Press.
Best Press.
The unscented.
Oh, the unscented. Yeah, she's very picky. Very picky about that. Okay, so let's talk about what's coming up. What's coming up is next week I've pre-recorded a video that shows Moda, Riley Blake, and part of Free Spirit that is shipping in spring of 2026. Then 2 weeks after that, October 31st, Halloween, I'm going to come not dressed up, or I'm going to come with a hat that Jordan makes me wear or something. I don't know what I'm going to do. But that is where I'm going to go through my sew along progress. Now, I just want to forewarn you, I change my mind sometimes. Everything that I put on my list, it will get done, but I might make like if I say I'm using one background and if I start quilting it and I change my mind, I always say I have to reserve the right to change my mind once I start sewing something. Everything is kind of like a guess. Kathy also uses unscented best press. Okay. So we are going to be giving away 4 sew sampler boxes from September 4. Make sure you watch to see if you win so you can claim your prize. We're going to announce it on October 17th. You have until October 16th, which happens to be Kevin Jolly's birthday. If y'all want to email him and tell him happy birthday, we need to find a gift. We have no idea what to get him. And the joke Emma said at dinner. So Emma's here on holiday break. We went to dinner and she said, well, I don't know, what are we going to get Dad? Because he returns everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, because he does. He'll open his gifts and he'll be like, do you have a receipt? So y'all can come up with some ideas for Kevin. I have none. Okay, get back to this. We're giving away 4 September sew sampler boxes. We're going to announce it October 17th. So come back to the community tab to see if you won on October 17th. To answer, I want you to tell me a couple of things, like Socialites. What size are you using? And what fabric were you using? I'm really interested to see. I bet the number one size is 9 inches. And I bet a lot of you are sewing from your scraps. So comment, let me know. I do read every single comment that comes through. I hope all of you have a great weekend, and I'll see you next Friday.